In response to COVID-19, companies are developing their contingency plans quickly. Some are adapting existing plans to handle this outbreak, while others are starting from scratch. Our managing partner, Jasmin Fichte, talks several steps businesses can take now to help overcome the current situation. What is the impact of COVID-19 on businesses?
At the moment, it's quite a lot of scare. It's an update on a literally hourly basis. I think as a business owner, from a legal point of view and from a contingency plan, you need to look at your contingency plan. Now we're looking at companies. You have small, medium business, you have large business. If we look to find a little bit of a middle, as a CEO or as an owner, start with looking at if you have an existing contingency plan. If you don't have one, there is no need to panic. You can still do it.
What are the key points for contingency plans?
Yes, contingency plan for me, I think the first one I would look at the moment is key positions in the office. If you have a smaller business, you tend to have one accountant, or maybe you have an accountant company who works from outside. You have one IT manager, or again, an IT support company from outside. So now considering that the key positions break away, there's a quarantine situation, that person may be stuck abroad, not being able to come back. How do you cope? If your accountant has the threat and is 2 weeks in quarantine and cannot work or actually falls sick, how do you cope with that? So an important point for me in any situation, whether we have a virus or not, would be to have a stand-in. Any key position need to have a stand-in. If you are a business owner, you realize your accountant is one person who knows everything. You haven't even got the necessary passwords to access the system. That would be number one to me, to make sure you have a stand-in. It doesn't need to be somebody from outside. Try to find somebody within the company. Same for the IT system. You need to have a stand-in. If your IT manager finds out tomorrow that he has the virus, the last thing in his mind is to help you sorting this out. It needs to happen before anything is coming. So literally, this is number one of any contingency plan.
Shall business owners consider any other significant measures?
In any event, forget the virus situation, that you have a stand-in, that work continues. Work would continue. The next one obviously would be for me the IT system. I find the government and the schools have done an incredible job here. We literally had only a number of days to move to home office, all of us. Again, you need to be able, if tomorrow the government is saying we all have to continue working from home, you need to make sure that you have a VPN dial-in system to dial in safely from home. How many people can connect at any given time? You have only 3 people in your office, it's fine. You have 50 people, your IT manager need to advise you maybe only 10 people can dial in at any given time. Do you have the web-based meetings ready? You know Skype, certain things don't work proper here. Did you decide on any team, Microsoft Teams, anything where the normal meetings can be based on? Train staff while they're still in the office. Don't wait till everybody is at home. That would be my second one. The IT manager is more important than ever at the moment.
Majority of the companies have certain fear regarding cash flows and contracts. What is your legal advice?
Yes, I think it's not just certain businesses, I think it's a global problem at the moment. Cash flow is usually the first point on your strategy. Without cash flow, your company cannot survive. Right now, obviously, it is very serious. Everybody's worrying for it, that you will start feeling it. So there's always 2 points on your cash flow. One is make sure the payments are still coming in. The other one would be look at all your existing contracts. That's for me the most important right now. I saw an email this morning from Emirates NBD, which I found incredibly positive, literally to say, you employee, all what it takes, it's one email from your office that you're on unpaid leave. You send this to us, we will defer your installments for 3 months. Same for every company. You look at your contracts right now. Where do you have speak with your landlord, speak with your bank on any mortgage, loans, car loans, look at your subscriptions. Where can you delay? So where can you delay any payments? At the same time, speak with your customers. If they don't pay you, you cannot function to work. So the most important for me would be having an eye on the cash flow situation at the moment. A lot of your clients will start using force majeure as an excuse. Now again, to filter out where where we really have a force majeure situation, where it's just used because everybody is trying to not depart from their cash flow at the moment. That is something, in the worst case, it has to be decided by the court. But then we look at this later, on force majeure, that would be a whole topic on itself.
How can companies survive the current situation and plan ahead?
Again, I don't like to be surprised, but that's my personal thing. I like to plan ahead. So think about the next scenario. The next scenario will be that the government is saying everything is closing down, we are all working from home. That is something, be prepared, have a list ready, speak with your staff now, who should work from home, who is not necessary. If you work from home, you don't need a receptionist, you don't need certain admin staff, you don't need certain people. If you are in construction or a restaurant or a clinic and you are shut down, you don't need anybody to work from home. So again, there's the unpaid leave situation. Discuss it with your staff now. Find solutions. There will be certain hardships. Nobody should be left alone. You should find a solution with your staff. You think about your company. The staff obviously thinks about their family. So discuss it now and not when we are in there. The other situation, what everybody is very scared of, is what is if we have a coronavirus case in our office? So again, in our office, on board a ship, in our clinic, that person is in quarantine, but what is if everybody else is sent in quarantine? What is in their families? So just look at the what-if scenario, any possible what-if scenario. What if in 10 months my cash flow has run out and I can't pay anymore? I rather speak to my landlord now, I rather speak to my bank now and advise them and get an idea so I can plan ahead than being in that situation. In general, I would say we're looking at a few weeks. The government said they're supportive. I read in international press today, Dubai is finished, Dubai is in a crisis. I have read this for the past 20 years. And I find it ridiculous. At the moment, we're all facing problems. There is a global recession in this situation. We have to go through it. We have to shut everything down for a number of weeks to get ahead of the virus. Summer is hopefully coming soon and will help as well. And in the meantime, again, if you have an in-house lawyer, discuss the contingency plan with your in-house lawyer. If you haven't got an in-house lawyer, you have a law firm you are trusting. Go to that law firm, speak with them, so you are prepared. That would be my general advice.